Hi everybody, I'm going to be walking you through a before and after scan taken with the MenlaScan before and after an upper cervical atlas adjustment. So we're going to go on into the program. I'm going to select the patient that had the before and after. We're going to first start with the before scan. And some of you may not be familiar with our scanning system, but you'll understand that we are measuring physiology. It is a repeatable, reproducible program. So we're going to see some things that change for the better, some things that look like they are changing for the worse, and some things that have stayed the same. And the reason that is because the body has the innate ability to know what to do once the nerve interference is removed from the body. We're going to be looking at what kind of adaptability or compensation the body did, as well as the immediate improvements in the overall physiology. So with that, we'll get started. So this is the first scan. This scan was taken before x-rays and adjustment. So we'll look at the overall scores. As you can see throughout the program, the wellness score is 279, and we're making note of these scores so that we can compare it to the next scan. So we're going to go into some of the programs here, and we're going to look at body composition first. Now, sometimes the water content will change in the compartments. So sometimes it'll switch from extracellular to intracellular, or it'll level out as far as total body water and being in the right compartments. But the main thing we want to look at in body composition is a reading called the phase angle, and we're looking at the whole body phase angle. We'll make a note that it's 8.6. And 10 is a really, really healthy phase angle. 7 to 10 we consider really healthy. So that's the whole body is 8.6. So that's a pretty good phase angle. So what is the phase angle? So the phase angle is basically the cell vitality, or the ability for those cells to heal, kind of their electrical potential for healing. It's become a really good health marker and something to be able to monitor when you're providing services to your patient and the patients are undergoing lifestyle changes, etc. So it's a great, we don't want to see it go backwards. We always want to see that one progress. So we're going to go on, and we've made note of that. We're going to go into a panel called microcirculation. And the beauty of the microcirculation is that we're looking at how everything is traveling through the body. So even nutrients throughout the body. So if you have poor microcirculation in the feet and hands, it can be very telling. If it's severely decreased, there might be an underlying health condition. It could be heavy metals, or it could be diabetes or cardiovascular disease, or you're heading towards that. So it's something really good to recognize and to change as time goes on. So we'll make note of that. And then we're going to go on to the vertebral score. And we'll take a look. Now, this is a comparison for something before, but this is the cervical, which is low in the segmental vertebral score. The overall score is 61. The thoracics are even lower. And at the moment, the lumbar is just slightly under normal, as well as the sacral. Make note of the purple color up here. So with that, we're going to go on to the cardiovascular score. So the thing to pay attention to here is the overall score of 50, and we'll make note of that, and then the vascular age of 71, and we'll make note of that. The patient is actually 65, so their biological or vascular age is older than they are. So we don't like that. We want to see that go back to the age that they are or less. And then we'll look at the stress score. This is actually looking at stress and fatigue. So stress is going to be over on this side and fatigue over on this side. And this person, in their overall testing, which is the autonomic nervous system testing, came out to a very low score, both in the parasympathetic and the sympathetic. So their ability to adapt and respond is very low right now. So their overall stress score is very poor. And we'll take a look just for a moment in the analysis. It shows the heart rate is very high right now. And the emotional stress is very high right now. But the LF and HF, which are the sympathetic and parasympathetic readings and ratios, are low. And so now we're going to go to the second scan. Okay, let's do some comparison. We know that the wellness score before was 279, so we gained 10 points. And although they're still in the moderate area, they're getting closer to the good area. So they're moving in the right direction. Now we're going to take a look at what makes up the wellness score. So let's start with the body composition again. And actually we're just going to go right into the phase angle and we're going to take a look at that. So now their whole body phase angle is 9.9. And I'll just show you what that looks like on the graph. I'm going to go to the phase angle page and I'm going to show you that the phase angle was 8.5 before. And what did I say? 9.94. And their body composition increased from 67 to 72. Now let's go on over to the microcirculation score. Now, this is a classic case of somebody compensating or adapting from the adjustment. So we think that what happened, because these were slightly reduced in the legs and more reduced in the arms, is that the blood flow, oxygen, and everything opened up so much and flowed to the brain that it temporarily took from the extremities. The body has an amazing ability to self-heal, to adapt and respond to its greatest capacity. And sometimes it swings the opposite direction before it goes back into a normal state. So in this case, the microcirculation was 71 and now it's 44. So remember, we're not looking at good or bad or right or wrong. We're looking at how did the body adapt and respond to that upper cervical adjustment. Where did the resources go? Well, they went away from the extremities to the brain, most likely, and to the organ systems, which you'll see in just a minute. And would that be a lasting effect? No. So let's take a look at the vertebral score. So we already saw improvement. The vertebral score before was 61 and now it's 65. We've increased the cervical, we've increased the thoracic, the lumbar went slightly down and the sacral went slightly down. So the body's adapting to the adjustment. Now we'll go to the cardio. Remember, the vascular or biological age was 71 and now it's 69. And the overall cardio score was 50 and now it's 58. So we gained some points there. Let's look at the stress score. And this is a perfect picture of adaptation. So we went from over here in the low fatigue to a seemingly stressed state in the autonomic nervous system. So it's high sympathetic and normal parasympathetic. Now, normally we call that stress, but in this case, we're really looking at adaptation. So how will they come out next time they're scanned? Possibly in the middle. I've seen that happen a number of times. So that's it for today, showing the power of a specific upper cervical adjustment. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.